What's up, y'all? It's Black and White Country out here again, and got the shop. Been building on this for a while. Um, it's not done. It's not really even close to being done. We got the structure up, which is the biggest part. Kind of dealing with some different, ideas about how we want it done compared to what I want, what my dad wants. Building it together. The shop is 18 by 20. And the room in here, it's dark in here, guys. But this room in here, this was an old well pad for a well. There's like a 50-foot well down in here. Down that hole right there. But we got this room in here. This room's gonna be a little tool room to put some of the stuff we don't use as much. We got a 10-foot door opening, which will be big enough to fit all of the tractors in and things like that. It's just wood frame building. It's coming out on the pretty inexpensive side for the most part, but I figured I'd go over some of the tools that y'all will need to build a building like this. Obviously you're gonna need concrete tools to build the form. You're gonna need things like floats and not just floats, hand floats, big long floats, bull floats, things like that. And you're gonna have to build a form, so you're probably gonna screw that together. You need a drill or an impact driver. After you get that done, essentially you just work your way up. So you got this bottom plate here. I've already made a short video about this, kind of, but they're held on with these Tapcons right here, and they're in different places. There's one over there. So you're gonna need liquid nails. So you're gonna need a big tube, big caulk tube. Just that one's the bigger diameter size than the smaller ones. Put down liquid nails on the top plate. It's a pressure treated plate. On the bottom plate, I mean, pressure treated bottom plate. You're gonna need a hammer drill, a real hammer drill, not one that's on like a handheld cordless drill. You can have a cordless rotary hammer, but it needs to be a full size rotary hammer. And an impact driver to put in these Tapcons. Other big thing is you're gonna need obviously a circular saw or a miter saw to cut up all this shit. We don't ever bother bringing out a miter saw. We just do everything with a circular saw. You're gonna need scaffolding is not a must-have, but it definitely helps. You're gonna need nail guns and an air compressor. The air compressor is sitting inside that window of the old house right there, and we just run the cord over here, and both of our air hoses come out. It's sitting literally right inside there, and run the cord over here, plug it in. Keeps it out of the way. Can't really see the air compressors in there. Because believe it or not, this old dilapidated house has full power running to it. Yeah, you're gonna need 2 nail guns, 2 full-size framing guns. You can get by with 1, but having 2 really helps. These are nails for our Hitachi. We run a Hitachi and a Bostitch. These are nails for the Bostitch. These are welded, and they got wire. These are plastic. You want full-size framing nails, 16 pennies, and then you'll want some shorter ones. Some 8s. See how these are shorter? These are for putting on all the plywood here on the outsides. This is putting on the plywood probably the hardest job in my opinion, because you can get a lot of misses where they don't go into a stud, but it's all good. You don't have to have, I don't know if y'all can see that, but there are rafter hangers up there. You don't have to have those. We just did it anyways. trying to think of other tools you would need for this job. You obviously need your hand tools. You'll need a real good hammer. This is a 22-ounce Eastwing. This is mine. It's a newer one. The handle hasn't gotten green yet, but you need a real good framing hammer. Tool belt, plenty of air tool oil. You'll need at least a speed square, if not a framing square. A chalk box, plenty of chalk. Tape measure, of course. Plenty of water, because you don't want to get dehydrated. That just slows down productivity so much. Sawhorses. For the size building that we're doing, a 10-foot step ladder like that one is nice. An 8 over there. I don't think we have another 8. These platforms are handy just for everything. There's a 6 somewhere. I don't know where. There it is. There's a 6. And that's about all the tools I can think that you'd really need to get this stage of the building done. Now, I will go over somewhat right now in order of how things got done. First off, we graded this whole thing out, got it relatively flat out here throughout this area because there's going to be a pad. See how there's an inset right here for where this front door is? The pad's going to come up to this level, so that's 10 foot right there, from there to there. So it's going to come out, it's going to come all the way down. It's going to keep coming out, and it's going to go from that corner all the way over to here, and then all the way over to that corner, and it's going to concrete in this whole thing, and there's going to be another lean-to coming off of this, hopefully. But there's, the door is going to be right here, going to be probably some sliding doors. I think the door is 12 foot wide. It might be 10 foot wide. But it's wide enough to get the flatbed in, which is about the widest thing that we work on currently. So after we graded it out, I built a form, got it formed up. I drove reference stakes in the middle to make sure we had our height correct. For the most part, uniform depth, 6 inches of concrete here. You can see the form kind of busted out here a little bit, and you still got a little piece of the form there or something. I'm not worried about this concrete. It's going to get covered over eventually. After that, it was, getting the top plates and making sure our top plates were square to each other, because, we have short wall there, short wall there, short wall here, short wall here, and these kind of have to be relatively square to each other. The plan was to build a door and a set of steps going into that house there. Doesn't really concern me. I don't care. I just as soon seal it up somehow around the way as best as we can and just forget about it. It doesn't make a difference to me. There's really no reason to be able to walk into that house. After that, wall construction started. I want to say that this was the first wall we put up. Yeah, it was. This whole wall here. As you can see, it's one wall. We had the whole plate. And we got a doorway here. Put up this wall. And then we got all of the walls put up. And then we did purlins. Purlins are the pieces in here. And it was really cool because I had never been involved in this kind of wood construction before. Just about every step you take up until the point that you put the tin on the roof, everything you do makes the building that much more rigid. You would not believe how much more rigid the building is with the purlins in here, with these in here. After that, the walls were kind of pulling themselves apart. So we put a beam, we ratchet strapped it together, put this beam in here, built that platform, built this platform. That's a 4 foot, that's a 2 foot. This is a double 2x12 treated beam. Then we got the rafters, put the braces on the rafters. And then we put the purlins on the rafters. Or no, we put these braces on the rafters. Then we got our top beam then we got our ridge beam put in. Then we put in the rafters. Then the purlins. And then the tin. And then this whole thing happened totally after the tin was put on this part. And I don't really consider it like that's extra. You don't have to do that on a building. You don't have to put extra rooms on it. I just do one big building and then put rooms inside of it if I could. But it's not up to me. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video, guys. Let me know if I forgot any tools or anything like that. I think I covered everything. You know, air hoses. Didn't mention that. But other than that, guys, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one, where I'm gonna try to get a video of actually pouring out this concrete and doing that. So stay tuned for that, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.